My name is Catherine Bond.
My name is Liam Neighbour.
My name is Camilla Devereux, and we're from the Howard of Effingham. We strongly believe that Shakespeare is still relevant today. We believe that Shakespeare is a constant state of evolution. Shakespeare is constantly changing, and different actors and different actresses, different producers and directors can bring different things to Shakespeare today and change what it means for society today. I've seen lots of different productions of Hamlet. Every single production gives something different. For example, the Kenneth Branagh version of Hamlet shows Elsinore in a state of surveillance. The mirrors show the appearance versus reality theme very clearly and show that everybody is being watched. I really enjoyed this production. Recently went to go and see the Rory Kinnear version of Hamlet. This Hamlet was different to any kind I had ever seen before because it was set in a police state where everyone was watching everyone else in a way that was extremely personal and extremely terrifying. I like the way that Kinnear played Hamlet because I felt like he was a student. He was a depressed man, he was an everyday Hamlet, and he had an everyman perspective on life, albeit a very deeply emotional one and a very sensitive one. This is a very interesting production, and I think it shows our argument really clearly that Shakespeare is relevant to a modern audience because it can be reflective of society as a whole, and every different actor brings something different to Shakespeare.
I mean, one thing we cannot forget when we're talking about the relevance of Shakespeare is the political relevance of his plays, and this is mainly seen in his history plays. For example, in Henry VI plays, we can see the damaging effects to a country after a civil war, the inevitability of armed conflict and how fights can break out just for petty things like jealousy. And this is seen recently in the 90s and the Zimbabwe Civil War. Moreover, it's not just histories that Shakespeare has political relevance, also in the comedies. For example, in his play Measure for Measure, the judge sets a couple of rules clearly prohibiting premarital sex, while clearly not being a very moral person himself. And this is seen in the recent expenses scandal. At a time when the country was in austerity, many politicians were spending our taxpayers' money on things like duck houses.
As a continuation from my colleague's last point, if we are to consider history to be of relevance, and we are to equally consider Shakespeare's plays to be accurately representative of life during the 1600s, then Shakespeare's plays are definitely relevant today, giving us an indication of what life was like during the 1600s. From a purely linguistic standpoint, Shakespeare is most definitely relevant today. He has contributed many phrases and words to the English language and contributed to its development as a whole. So, if anything, appreciation of Shakespeare and considering Shakespeare to be relevant is appreciation of our heritage.